Today I'm going to be talking to you about yoga. What is yoga? What is yoga to you? What it means to me. So I'll just let you know, I'm going to be looking down at my screen a little bit because I've done a little write-up on what I want to talk about and just some points and whatnot, so I make sure that I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking down, I'm probably reading off the screen. So what is yoga? Yoga is an ancient art and science. It's a path to attain wellness in mind, body, and soul. It's a dedicated practice. It's conscious breath. It's focus and concentration to create balance within. So most importantly, it's something different for everyone. It's a different experience for each person. It's a personal practice that's no one's but your own. It's a place of exploration. It's a place of insight into yourself. So I bring this up now after a few video postings to give you my definition of yoga. That was part of it, and I'll go on to explain. So I've been practicing yoga for about 10 years, and though some of you may think that's a long time, really, I don't ever really think about it. I speak about it now to just illustrate my point that it doesn't matter how long you've been practicing yoga, whether 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years. Every time you engage in something mindfully, you bring your full awareness to it. You engage the breath to experience a moment in a deeper place inside. You're practicing yoga. So this yoga thing is really starting to catch on, as we know, and it's because it works. Yoga to me is a tool. It's a tool for wellness. And of course I've lost my spot. So in practice, when we practice yoga, we connect to the present moment. We're mindful. So ask yourself right now, are you mindful? Are you mindfully looking at this video? Are you listening to it? Are you hearing it? Are you connected in this moment? Are you listening to the thoughts in your head? Are you thinking about your day, about maybe your groceries you have to get done, all those lists of tasks? So our minds can too get caught up in what's going on in our heads. The thoughts that are constantly running all the time. This can lead to stress, to imbalance, frustration, and our thoughts can start to really control us, which leaves us feeling out of control. So yoga is the practice of controlling these fluctuations in our mind. It's finding stillness so that we can be more connected to our lives off of the mat or when we're not practicing. We want to live the fullest we can in control of our own thoughts and actions. So don't let stress, don't let these fluctuations in your mind take control of you. And so how do we combat stress? Well, yoga is one way. I'm not saying that there is not other ways to combat stress. There are. But I just know from my experience, this is the tool that I use. This is the tool that I teach. This tool called yoga. And it's definitely something I recommend for people to put in their toolkits. Use it, practice it, and yoga will change your life. So, again, I will ask you, are you mindful? Are you looking at me? Are you in your head? Just think about that for a second. And now we'll practice a little bit of yoga. So sit up nice and tall, nice straight spine. Bring the shoulders up and exhale, draw them back and down and close the eyes. Just take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping the eyes closed, continuing to sit up nice and tall, and just noticing this experience of breath. How does the breath feel today? Maybe it feels cool or warm, heavy or soft. Don't judge it or change it. Just notice. This will help connect you to this present moment, right here, right now. Focusing on your breath, bringing that deep concentration to it. Really start to deepen the breath. Draw it all the way down into the belly. On your inhale, breathe right into belly. Let the chest expand. Let the shoulders rise. And as you exhale, belly draws in first. Chest softens. Shoulders fall. Breathing deeply into belly, chest, shoulders. Exhaling belly, chest, shoulders. That smooth flow of breath. Try to let go of anything the mind might be holding on to. Anything that's not allowing you to be right here, mindful of this breath. Take 2 more deep inhales and complete exhales. And then slowly start to open the eyes. Bring the awareness back to your surroundings, but stay mindful. So how do you feel? Perhaps a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more balanced, a little bit more awake, aware, alert, present to this moment. One of the purposes of yoga is to regain balance within inside of ourselves. And a fun fact is that Hatha yoga was first used actually as a form of rehabilitation. So it was kind of like the first rehab. So I have read that people of influence, this is back in the day, years and years and years ago, people of influence would send their family members who were thought to be suffering from some kind of mental imbalances or instabilities, perhaps stress, and they were sent to study with yogi masters to immerse themselves in yoga. And this was said to be because they needed to come back into themselves, back into their real selves. So if you ask yourself and just look at people around you and even the world around us, are we ourselves? Are we so caught up in stress that we've lost sight and lost touch of ourselves? So only you can answer this, and I'll challenge you. The next time stress hits you, take a close look at how you react to it. Ask yourself, is this really me? How am I reacting? Deep down, how do you want to react? How do you want to act? So take a moment the next time a stressful situation comes up, and if the moment permits, if the situation permits itself, take this moment to focus on the breath. Just a couple seconds, close the eyes even, and just take even 2 deep breaths. And then come back to the situation. See if you feel refreshed. See if you change. See if you start to approach the situation differently. Try it. Challenge yourself. Surprise yourself to the possibilities that are out there. Surprise yourself to the possibility that there is something much greater than your thoughts. Something deep down, your true self, and see if you can act from that place and if you feel better by doing so.